This is The Scoop for Monday.
I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines. On Saturday, thousands of demonstrators marched through Washington, D.C. in one of the largest protests to date opposing President Donald Trump's federal control over the city's policing. Carrying a bold red banner that read "End the D.C. occupation" in both English and Spanish, the protesters walked for more than 2 miles from Meridian Hill Park to Freedom Plaza near the White House, voicing strong opposition to the continued deployment of National Guard troops and federal agents patrolling the Capitol for a fourth straight week. WMNF spoke with a federal official attending the rally who chose to remain anonymous to protect her identity.
It's a big morale hit to the district. We feel like we can't live in our communities and our friends and neighbors are being kidnapped and arrested for no reason. It's sort of like a police state, basically.
The protest was organized by Free DC, local supporters of DC Home Rule, along with the American Civil Liberties Union. In Florida, an estimated 37% of households rely on Social Security, and one group fears their benefits may be under attack. WMNF's Chris Young reports the largest organization of registered nurses in the United States met in Tampa to discuss strategies to protect Social Security after they say it's under threat by the Trump administration.
According to the chief actuary of the Social Security Administration, Trump's big beautiful bill could speed up the insolvency of the Social Security Fund to 2032. Marissa Lee is a member of National Nurses United.
We've earned this. We deserve this. We paid into it. I want my children to have this benefit that they're paying for.
Attendees also called for the passage of the Social Security Expansion Act. The bill, introduced by Senator Bernie Sanders, would extend the solvency of Social Security by 75 years by lifting the earnings cap for Social Security taxes. Chris Young, WMNF News.
A professor at Florida Polytechnic University was awarded a $200,000 grant for her research that will help define how engineering is taught. WMNF's Zoe Sachs tells us more.
Dr. Elizabeth Camus is an assistant professor of mechanical engineering at Florida Polytech. Her research will use specialized caps called EEGs that record brain activity, along with other neurocognitive devices to study the student brain.
From their kind of brain data plus their feedback from the design problems, we can look at all of that versus the design outcome or the success or failure of what they end up designing. And triangulating those really determine how students process and approach those design tasks and where we can help them focus better and teach design in a way that supports their thinking.
More than 200 students will be participating in the study while wearing the EEG caps and solving engineering design problems. The findings of this research will redefine how engineering is taught across the nation. For WMNF News, I'm Zoe Sachs.
Last week, homeowner Regina Hamilton of Progress Village was the first person to receive home repairs from the American Red Cross and Rebuilding Together Greater Florida Hurricane Grant. WMNF's Leah Burdick reports what this grant is and how it can potentially help homeowners facing damages from the 2024 hurricane season.
The American Red Cross was able to create a $3 million grant for Rebuilding Together Greater Florida through donations from last hurricane season. The money will go to helping over 100 families in Pinellas, Pasco, Sarasota, Hillsborough, and Manatee counties. From the grant, Hamilton will get her roof, windows, and bathroom tiles replaced and repairs to some infrastructures in the side of the house. Joseph Phillips is the Intake and Client Relations Assistant with Rebuilding Together Greater Florida. Phillips says the qualification process starts by filling out an online application.
Once that's done, then what we will do is get a phone assessment done. And once the phone assessment's done, we request documents. They have to meet income qualifications, such as 80% of AMI or below. There's also some, we need a deed, mortgage statement, things like that. It's just probably 5 or 6 documents. Once that's done, we send it over to April, our assessor. She goes out and looks at the property, and then from there, we start with bids and do the construction.
Residents in Progress Village heard about Hamilton's repairs and were signing up to see if they also qualify. For WMNF News, I'm Leah Burdick in Tampa.
Some storms today with highs in the upper 80s. More storms tonight with highs in the mid 70s. Rain again tomorrow with highs in the upper 80s. I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.